I learned about many the automation, and that was my. In fact, I got the first Productivity Man of the Year award while I was working in Kalyani. That is a place near to Kolkata. But the company's top line as well as bottom line both improved by it. In fact, given me a lot of exposure in various aspects of company.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. I'm Tanayol, and today we are truly honored to be joined by a visionary leader whose innovative contributions have helped shape the future of the energy sector in India. With over 3 decades of expertise in energy management, strategic partnerships, and digital transformation, he has been at the forefront of driving sustainability, efficiency, and technological innovation. His leadership has spearheaded projects that range from developing India's EV charging infrastructure to introducing groundbreaking green initiatives. It is our privilege to introduce Mr. Soumitra Chakraborty to this podcast. Thank you for being here, sir, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders. Your presence is much appreciated.
Thank you, Tanay. I am also equally excited to join this FaceTime with leaders, and I am also really excited to tell about my journey and or whatever you ask. That will be my pleasure.
Sir, to start with, you've had an incredible journey in the energy sector spanning over 3 decades. Can you take us back to the beginning and share how your career path started and what were some of the early experiences that shaped your approach to leadership?
Yeah. Uh, Going back, it goes back in 1988 when I joined our corporation, IndianOil Corporation. And since beginning, I had a desire to work on clean fuel. So I joined a department called LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. It is a cleaner gas as compared to other kind of fuel. So initially, I joined at a LPG filling plant where the bulk LPG used to come from refinery or other import locations via tanker. It used to get unloaded there, stored there, and filling into the cylinders, which ultimately goes to individual households.
Hmm.
So that way, I was very keen to work in a clean environment, and probably that has come to into my mind going forward. I will go for cleaner and cleaner option. So that was in '88. I joined in Durgapur. The industrial relationship situation there was a bit tricky. So initially, just after joining, we were just 23, 24 years old, and we were given the individual responsibility to manage the shop floor. So there, the people senior to me in age, but I have to handle them. So there was a unique kind of relationship. Within the floor, I had to become their friend as well as I have to tell that you have to do like this. Outside the shed, they are all like my friends. So that kind of unique things, which has actually helped me in my future journeys to manage the team. So that is one of my favorite area. Given a team size, I can manage a good team because a team members consists of many kind of people. So there, going back and in Durgapur days, we are all bachelors, so we had a good time along with our friends. So otherwise, some going back to the residence was also at times became a picnic sort of thing. We used to come together, we used to go together, but within the plant, we are all united. We are together so that we can handle any kind of situation. I learned about many the automation, and that was my passion. I mean, it started beginning how I will do the things differently because my earlier days, the first boss, Mr. Gautam Boss, he told me one thing, Soumitra, there is always a better way of doing the things. So whatever you think, whatever you see, if you feel that this is the only way, that is not correct. So you think and do in a better way. So those days, in our storage vessels, that is a gauging system is there that was called servo gauge. It was imported from Japan, and there was not much of support system in India. So there, due to the environmental condition, because the Durgapur that those days there is a lot of dusts, etc., flowing from all around the surrounding industries. The servo gauges one by one they fell out of order, and there was no support immediately coming from the supplier. Myself and my immediate boss, we tried one day, let us go open and see, feel how it works. So it actually worked at the principle of buoyancy, and that strain transfers to a magnetic coupler. Simply, we wanted to see how it works, and then when we just checked that if we put my hand below, it just stops without pushing any pressure upwards. So we felt that the working principle. Then we got to know about the water accumulation, which has created the problem. So all those things, and 3 gauges out of 6 we repaired, and we got a appreciation letter from the plant manager there. And they were very first year of my joining. Then I moved to Assam. There also there was a lot of political disturbance at that time. So again there also we had to move together. There was no particular colony. We used to stay together in and around, so that in case of each other's help we can approach them. And then there also the bottling plant, though it was a small plant, but an electrical panel, which was a long pending audit point, that electrical panel was supposed to be replaced. But I have found after a bit of studying with a bit interlocking system incorporated, the same electrical panel I modified, and I got the again suggestion award from the head of Eastern region. So that actually also created some of my this thing going forward. A lot of innovations I had done in various other fields. In fact, I got the first Productivity Man of the Year award while I was working in Kalyani. That is a place near to Kolkata. That was also famous for I unionized activities. There were 14 unions inside and outside the plant, and then we had to manage them because it was a supply location for the metro city like Kolkata, and this LPG cylinder. It is a commodity which goes into directly to the kitchen of every household. And in case you find there is a scarcity, so there are a lot of criticism used to come. So you are very conscious about how the plant will run, and parallelly we had to maintain the basic disciplines also. So from there also, I got some award, and I became the Productivity Man of the Year. Then I moved to LPG sales, where I had to face the customers directly. So we had a concept of zonal service. So instead of customer coming to the office, we used to go some particularly fixed number days in a week to some of the distributors and meet the customers there, surrounding customers, to know their grievances, to resolve them. So that also gave a customer-centric approach in my working. So wherever I worked, I first look after the concern of the customer, how to resolve it, and then
Hmm.
definitely with how to strengthen my operations and other logistics supports. I was given an assignment to become a first plant manager of a plant newly which is going to be commissioned. So I was again one of the great leader, Mr. De. He told me that now go and handle yourself a location, and that I was about 35 years old. So then there was a challenge, particularly new plant. There was a lot of political things we had to handle, district administration, police, and recruitment of people, setting up the banking system, establishing the working culture. So it gave me immense confidence. Prior to that, I was not much of confident in handling many of the other things, but that exposure gave me such a confidence that uh, Malda plant became the All India best plant, and again I was awarded with a best plant manager on all India level, and myself along with my family was brought to Lonavala and given a treat and given award by the Indian director marketing. So all these kinds of things was very exciting for me. Subsequently, I moved to a concept called state office, where all the plants coming under the particular state used to be handled by the SKU, you can say. So there I used to handle these various kind of contracts, transportation contract or procurement contract of the entire state, West Bengal, Andaman and Nicobar, Port Blair, and Sikkim. All these states used to report to our state office. So there also I had a unique experience of managing people, managing the vendors, managing all other stakeholders, auditing. So the holistic approach was taken by me so that I can justify all my the deliverables. Thereafter, I was sent on deputation to a joint venture company, which is a private company. So I have got a experience of working both in PSU as well as in private company. So there, it is a IndianOil Petronas Private Limited. That is a company which is a joint venture company between IndianOil and Petronas of Malaysia. They were having two import terminals. One in Chennai, one is in Haldia. So small company, but a lot of activities, yeah, right from import of product, handling all the importers, then handling this customs related matters, then coordinating with the other importers so that their product is being handled efficiently through our terminal, rate negotiation. Then we had our own marketing channel also. We were selling bulk LPG to many of the industrial customers. There also, in one of the situation, one tank went for a shutdown for about 100 days. So there was a challenge how to supply the locations which are close to West Bengal. Within a very short period of time, we inducted many more other tankers, and we supplied the vendor sitting at Jharkhand from place of Tamil Nadu. So that gave a confidence to the vendors, sorry, to the customers in such a manner that next year when the tank came back, they signed agreement for, instead of 1 year, they used to do it in for 1 year basis. They signed the agreement for 2 years because of our reliability. So those cases actually has given me a lot of confidence and a lot of new areas we could focus on. We introduced a new segment of business, that is a bigger cylinder, where the customer doesn't have much space, but requirement is more. There we can we could supply the customers with a bigger vessel, and that gained the traction. And going forward, that I am not mentioning how much percentage it improved, but the company's top line as well as bottom line both improved. By it in fact given me a lot of exposure in various aspects of company operation. HR, some amount of finance also I had to look, and then direct marketing and operations, liaison, and the project expansion. We expanded the storage facility. It's called mounted vessel. So that I was to look after by me. Then we increased the bottling capacity in Baldia. So I mean, those experiences actually has helped me also to move forward. Thereafter, I was taken back to my mother company, and I was given an assignment to head a strategy department of LPG. I mean, so there was my task was to frame policies and look after where exactly I can intervene so that the market flourishes. Uh, Giving LPG also as a product which is good for industrial uses because it saves a lot of carbon emissions. So converting customers from the other fossil fuel base to LPG That was also one of the things which it helped my business as well as it helped in reducing the carbon. So after working there for 3 years, where I used to look up at the NFR also, the non-fuel revenue, what is being earned additionally other than selling petroleum products, equipment development, new equipment development. Then we had uh, an organization called LERC, the LPG Equipment Research Center in Bangalore. So I was a member of that. Then so a lot of new things along with our other oil companies, PSU oil companies, we jointly evolved many small cylinder with the package of cooktop, where it can be used by the migrant laborers, and then the small dhabas. So new packages were designed, new packages were formalized and pushed into the market, and that also gained popularity. Now I'm handling assignment in head of marketing strategy in marketing division. There again, it is entirely different. It is not LPG anymore. LPG is a part of it. Now I'm basically driving a advanced data analytics program in the marketing division and assisting in expansion of EV charging infrastructure, as well as in two unique technology. One is battery swapping and one is aluminum air battery. There are two JVs formed and which was looked after by me right from formation to hand over to the JV and giving a way forward how to do these things. And actually, advanced data analytics is definitely one of my favorite subject. It has become right now. So that is all about my journey till date now.
Lovely, sir. Lovely to hear about your journey. Sir, your career is filled with impressive innovations from pioneering AI air batteries to building India's EV charging ecosystem. But I'm curious, out of all these achievements, which project stands out as the most challenging yet rewarding for you? Was there a moment during that journey when you felt everything clicked and you knew all the hard work was worth it?
Uh, Out of these three, four initiatives, I feel that one with this aluminum air battery, it is not actually AI battery, it is
Oh,
aluminum air,
aluminum.
the new
Yes.
technology. Sorry. So we had a tie-up with uh, a company in Israel. So Israel, they initially demonstrated the technology, it worked well, but when actual deployment started happening, then that Israel and this geopolitical tensions came and a lot of supply chain, disruptions were initially faced. Then we had to convince some of our customers where we have tie up to deploy this energy system by replacing their DG sets, because DG sets run on diesel, which emits smokes and lot of carbon emissions take place. It is actually solution as a cleaner fuel. Cleaner means absolutely clean. That is, aluminum air battery. So they are also worried, but subsequently there were a lot of things happened in Israel. Also, we had to appoint a lawyer how to resolve the nitty-gritties of because in meanwhile the company went ahead for listing, so the requirements of fund transfer, etc. All these things changed. Then we had to rework. Then instead of bringing everything from Israel, let us bring whatever is available from the other parts of the world and do the assembly here. So I'm happy that finally it is culminating and we are going ahead with the project. So that once it becomes successful, it is going to be a game changer in coming days for the future of clean energy.
So, leading a massive project like the 24 crore Advanced Data Analytics Initiative is an impressive accomplishment. I'm curious what sparked the idea for this project, as in, was there a particular problem you were determined to solve or a vision you had that drove you forward? And looking back now, what are the key outcomes that made you feel, yes, this is why we pushed so hard to make it happen?
So this idea actually was driven by the topmost leadership. So they also felt, and it is true that we are sitting on a lot of data, but what to do with that? Whether we are deploying them in the real business case. So that brought it to the idea of deploying a advanced data analytics project in our marketing division, because there are a lot of transaction is taking place along with the customers, either at retail outlet, what is you call petrol bunk or petrol pump, or in the LPG distributorship, where a lot of customers go and transact, and a lot of data are available. But what if that you do not process the data and find out the right kind of business solution by taking the inputs from that analytics cases and improve our operational efficiency or profitability or improve the customer satisfaction? So those things actually came. This was thought by senior management, and I'm grateful to them that they bestowed the responsibility to me to drive this project, because it is first of its kind. So people are not aware how much data is to be handled by the infrastructure. So going forward, when one by one we are going ahead with one of the use cases, I said total target is suppose 50. So going forward one by one, when the data size is try to increase, so there was a lot of challenges within our system also. So coordinating with various stakeholders and coming to a right kind of solution and optimized solution, that itself was the biggest challenge which we could, conclude. And right now, many of them use cases are already deployed and started giving result.
Sir, throughout your career, you've been a driving force behind projects that blend innovation with sustainability, from green cooking systems to expanding the EV charging infrastructure. In today's rapidly evolving energy sector, how important do you think ESG principles are for driving long term success?
ESG is the future. I mean, going forward, people will not just look at the profitability of a company, they will see the ESG score, and it
Yeah.
is going to be a global phenomenon. And your investors and whatever funding will come to the business will be based on ESG score, just not the bottom line. So, and we are working in a society, so we have to give back to the society also.
Yeah.
So uh, environment, social, and governance. Of course, governance is, it is ESG is looking inwards. How much you can uh, you can go ahead for good of the society, for the earth, instead of only thinking about on your profits. Sometimes there will be conflict, but going forward, it has to be a green company, or the activities has to be towards the green objective, so that this mother earth can survive. And fortunately, I'm handling the projects which are improving the ESG scores, because one of the solar cooker developed by our company R&D, it is the first of its kind in the world. That is the indoor solar cooker system. So indoor solar cooker system, earlier it used to be you have to go and keep it in under the sun and
Yeah.
cook. No, now the cooker has to be like your normal cook stove inside the kitchen. Only the solar panel has to be installed outside, and it works on both solar as well as whenever there is a rainy day, there is no solar, it
Huh.
can work on electricity also. So that is the unique thing. Along with our R&D, we started marketing, but giving the initial design or volume, I saw key instead of going for a retail marketing, let us go to the people who are using biomass for their cooking. Very poor people living around a jungle, or who still cannot afford an LPG cylinder.
Hmm.
So they are still using biomass. So there, uh, the concept of carbon financing was brought by our team, that let us go to the carbon investor and give them these cookers at a very nominal cost or almost free, so that they start use it, and whatever the emission saving, it will be converted to a carbon credit, and the investor will get back the carbon credit for offsetting it with his other businesses. So
Hmm.
that concept, it is I mean, it has gained the traction, and how many of the states are also we have deployed, and Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh. So there, it will be another game changer in coming 2, 3 years time.
But yes, sir, it is important to start thinking on those lines, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Somewhere, someday, somebody has to start thinking and then start acting. The result
100%.
will come.
So, with over 3 decades of experience and a proven track record of driving innovation and sustainability, your deep understanding of the energy sector's evolving landscape is crystal clear. Looking ahead, what are your aspirations when it comes to shaping the future of the industry, especially from a strategic or boardroom perspective? How do you see yourself contributing at that level, and what kind of initiatives or changes would you be most passionate about championing?
Working in a oil company which primarily delivers fuels for the industry to run or for the economy to run. Going forward, India is a country which where the energy demand will continuously grow. So overnight, this fossil fuel cannot be replaced, but some amount of renewable energy has to come, and government is totally focused onto that. So going forward, I have an experience in a working in a oil company, but driving green projects like indoor solar cooker, like your EV charging ecosystem, or the formation of JV companies for battery swapping or for aluminum air battery. So I feel I have enough exposure into these fields, which I can contribute and give a strategic vision to many of the needy company, or because last 5 years I am in strategy position, whether it is LPG strategy or marketing strategy. So my senior management has have kept their faith on me, and I feel that I am also going forward when I uh, move ahead. So I have a lot of things to deliver, and I will continue to deliver in the boardroom or outside boardroom also.
So, as we come to the final segment of our podcast, I'd love to hear about your experience with Directors Institute. How has being a part of the institute influenced your journey so far, and what aspects have you found most valuable?
Directors Institute, the contents are very rich. Contents are on the go. Even if you are going on a holiday, you do not miss anything. Say last week I was in a holiday. I could not attend one of the live session by esteemed faculty. Every Saturday he takes a session. Subsequently, I found this. It is already uploaded into the system, and I took 1 hour break and I listened carefully. And every courses after end of every module there is a mock test sort of thing, and then it gives you a chance to remember everything by taking the test once more. So it is a remarkable journey. The supportive staffs are very good. I mean, the response time is very good. So let us see how it goes ahead. I'm right now into the mid of this course.
Thank you for your kind words, sir, and your contributions to the energy sector are truly remarkable. Your dedication to innovation and sustainability is inspiring, sir. We are incredibly grateful that you took out time out of your busy schedule to share valuable insights and experiences with us and our listeners. At Directors Institute, we wish you all the continued success for your future, and we look forward to seeing you have an incredible impact in the world. All the best in your journey ahead, sir, and thank you once again for making some time out for us.
Thank you, Tanay. Thank you very much for asking those relevant and insightful questions. In fact, reignited the flames within myself, and I wish Directors Institute also because they create more and more leaders. Because going forward, industry requires more and more leadership, so that they are equipped with corporate governance skills. So that will be good for the industry as well as for the country as a whole. Thank you so much.
Have a great day. That wraps up today's episode. We look forward to bringing you more inspiring stories and insights from remarkable leaders in our next episode. Until then, keep striving for excellence and remember to find joy in every step of your journey. Thank you so much.